Wake up, sleepy butt. It's the Earth Hotel again. We made you breakfast. You may integrate it now. It has come to our delightful stead to introduce to the show my friend and longtime Montevallo, then elsewhere compatriot, Lauren Jones, to discuss her act called Noble. She has an album coming out on April 19th, which is the what for of the brevity of my most obliged and obsequious opening remarks. The album is Play Place, and we're going to talk all about it. There's a listening party on Bandcamp and some follow-up shows, so go follow her on the platforms. She's got 2 other albums, Yellow Blood and Waiting. I happen to think both are excellent, and for a fact they're available on Bandcamp and streaming, as we'll come to find out. Thanks aplenty for Lauren joining me. You can actually hear her interviewed before as part of Silica Gel back in 2020, so not her debut on the show, but that's literally another discussion on another day. Next up, you're going to hear the advanced track from Play Place called It's All a Dream. And then a couple of marvelous birds a-chorpin', and that'll be us, by gum. Okay, bye.
I like bubble gum on the weekends. I like to pretend. I like bubble gum on the weekends. I like to pretend that it's all a dream. 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 Do you celebrate hanky-panky? Do you like to pretend? Do you celebrate hanky-panky? Do you like to pretend that it's all a dream? It's all a dream. 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 It's all a
Like with silica gel, I feel like I would always learn something. Around that same time that we started that, I was living in San Diego, writing music. I studied like experimental music there. I obviously love like going to the noise shows, and I've, been playing with all of that for a while. And so that's when I started collecting this sort of box of toys. I don't know. I just thought it seemed fun to have like a children's eye toward music, like my childlike side. I was a teacher, so I feel like I get a lot of that from like the kids that I worked with, having them play What would it sound like if you were just playing with these toys, but you used it in a sort of improvised structure? In San Diego, they used to have the swap meet where I started getting toys that I play. I guess I was trying to do something like, I'm in grad school, like let's do something experimental. I definitely feel this is like what I would say my first real experimental. I mean, it still has like songs in there, 3 songs, and then the rest is noisy experimental
sound moments.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Because there have been experimental touches and movements throughout the 2 albums that you put out before this. And that was always really nice to dip into that. And it was always really well timed to noisy stuff, disconcerting things, disorienting things amidst all the songs. I love your work, and I love distinct structured songwriting, thought put into the sounds that are used, insightful lyrics, and I love good album ordering.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So the flow through both of those albums is really interesting and distinct. Was Yellow recorded?
Yellow Blood?
Yellow Blood. Was that recorded before other things? Because I recognize some of those songs from way back.
Yes, that was technically my first album that I recorded in 2016, 2017. And actually, Joel and his friend Dylan recorded that album for me because I was new to learning any kind of recording. Like, I really need to record these songs. And so Joel was like, you should just come out to Myles and... Well, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying that, but we did use
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations is over.
We did use the Myles recording studio to record that one. So yeah, that was first. But then I released it on Bandcamp, but then eventually I learned how to do like the whole, distributing, blah, blah, blah. So that's why that one kind of got released like later on streaming. Yeah. I was just like figuring everything out, like how to be an artist. I'm like Googling like, how do you get your music on Spotify?
Yeah. Well, how to be your manager and agent and distributor and an accountant and all that stuff. I really liked that Yellow Blood. First 3 or 4 songs are pretty conventional, solid introspective pop tunes. And then I think around track 4 or 5, there's a hard experimental turn. And that's kind of, I liked it. That's one threshold. If this is your taste, you're going to like the rest of the record.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
And then a couple songs later, the emotional threshold kind of happens. Now I want to know I want to hear more from this person's perspective. Mm-hmm. It was such a journey through that album of getting to know a creative person. Oh. It's a great debut. And then the second one throws so many new sounds in there and expands it so much.
With the first album, it was like some of those songs were written back in college, like Montevallo. I really wanted to, with the second one, like, let's do something super professional. Bless John Alvey. He mixed and recorded all of that second album, high quality and everything. And so I'm super grateful to him helping me with doing that. Then I kind of started developing the band, just a handful of performances with a full band, but that was awesome. We got to play at Saturn. And we toured that album too, me and John. He toured his set and I toured mine. After we did the tour and then the big show, I kind of already had these other things brewing. So with the third album, I was like, I don't need no man, even though I love John. I was like, I'm going to record this myself. Mm-hmm. So I did. I recorded all of it myself, which is a huge accomplishment for me. It does sound a little different, but I'm still learning. It's crazy. It's taken me a long time to learn all that stuff, but I'm super proud of this one, the third one, because I know a little bit more about how to do this. Yeah,
it's a fine foot forward.
Yeah.
You sent me It's All a Dream.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
I love it. I've been saying I like bubblegum on the weekends for several days. I've been really annoying about it. Great melodies on all of these. Memorable stuff. And it does sound distinct, like the other two sound distinct. Uh-huh. I like how Yellow Blood sounds. There's a coziness to it, and then you and John working together is just so damn sweet.
Oh, thanks.
I got a parasocial relationship with my friends. When his voice comes in on...
In the second album?
Yeah.
Oh, he sang on It Could Be.
Yeah, oh my God. It just came apart.
Oh!
I know in context of that song, it's kind of... There's mixed emotion in that. Contextually, it's a little bittersweet, maybe.
Yeah, because I first wrote the chorus to that song without any verses from a sense of longing, like not necessarily having that, what you want. Mm-hmm. Because I had been like on a stream of dates and stuff and just thinking about that, you know, like what you think when you're going on a date, you imagine all this stuff. So it is kind of like having this perfect dream fantasy love bubble.
Potential and perfect spoil each other.
Yeah.
In a sort of way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great performance. And then, well, I don't know whose finger snaps they were, but the finger snaps on Down and Out. Most impactful finger snaps I think I've ever heard in a song.
Oh!
It's so good. The turn that song takes with the addition of those finger snaps. It's such an uplifting change. The arrangements are so good. There's thought put into what that's doing. Nothing really seems throwaway.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what your instincts are doing on an album where you're set on your own machine, you know, when you're in charge of the whole process of it.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Like I'm like a producer now.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it on your resume.
Yeah.
Once you get it, it's similar to a bag of dangerous drugs. Once you start getting locked into a serious experimental trinkets and noisemaker collection, the tendency is to push it as far as you can. You want to talk about your approach, talk about your toys?
Yeah. I thought it might be...
Oh, wait, I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I thought I could play some of the little sounds that I use. So these are two little, it's like a dog and a cat that I just thought was so funny. This one's actually really broken. And honestly, you mostly just hear the mechanical noise instead of the bark, but...
Oh, that bark is...
And then these two together, you got the dog and the cat. So that's the dog and the cat, and they are kind of like a unit. And then this has been an old faithful, one of these old phones. I just love that sound. And then I actually use it as like on the new album as like a song that's intended to be, that started as a voicemail, so I'm using it like, it's like I'm ringing the phone. Yeah,
the phone work between you and John's album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. I got to get him back on, but
yeah,
the phone theming. I love some good phone themes.
Yeah,
it's the They Might Be Giants influence, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah, I love this one. And then there's like this one. Oops. This one has been amazing. It's like a little, I don't know, what would you call this? Like a baby...
Like a toy tablet.
Toy
like a facsimile tablet?
Like it looks like a tablet. Like it has the... But it's in Spanish. It has so many sounds, like... And notes.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah. And then... You can make it say the alphabet. Avion, airplane.
What a versatile little thing.
Welcome to this interesting game. You will enjoy your time here with me.
Yeah, this one is sampled on the
that's great.
Yeah, so now we're in English. Yeah. Tent. That's a sample on there too.
I'm so thrown by the reproduction tablet. Like here's the tablet. It won't. I don't know. That's really interesting to me. How fascinating with the ability to bring in language that isn't your own is always fun.
Yeah. And I mean, I was especially drawn to this because I've been studying Spanish for a long time, so I kind of feel like I'm the baby. Like I'm like, oh, violin. Okay, we say tenedor. Okay. Like,
Where's the alphabet? B.
Oh yeah, and then you have to. I like that clock sound.
Well done. Where's the word Jeep?
Yeah. Honestly, there it is.
You are right.
Good job.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I'll turn that one off. But that one's been like a huge influence ambient, and then the chatter teeth.
The chatter teeth classic.
Yeah, I had to get some chatter teeth. I used to have recurring dreams about chatter teeth, so I guess I had a fear of them, sort of. But
It's an upsetting object. It's uncanny and it's aggressive.
Yeah.
And once you start it, it's going to keep going. And there's
Yeah.
something about that combination of things.
It's like, oh God, it's chasing me. It's gonna bite me or
No.
something. And the teeth without the lips is like
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
And then we've got like various like mouth
Oh, yeah.
things. And slide. I like this one. And this is just a rattle. And then I think I'm almost done. This is not technically like a toy, but this is a big one on the
sure.
album that I'm so glad I bought these.
Yeah.
I got these from Golden Temple, and yeah. So I think that's all of them, all the toys.
Amazing. And a handy box. Yeah. Did you ever see Carl Jr.?
Yes!
Yeah. Y'all are bloodkin of the toy box of stuff.
Yeah, that was always so fun, those sets. Those
Yeah.
Carl Jr. sets.
Carl Jr.'s still trying to get out of Russia, sadly. It's complicated.
Okay, what made him go to Russia?
I'm not at liberty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, it's a state thing.
Yeah.
One too many visits with Kid Rock, and suddenly you're wound up in clandestine operations.
Yeah.
People aren't aware of the Kid Rock situation.
Oh.
Carl Jr. is not a radical. He doesn't know any better. What was that movie with Tom Cruise? He plays like an idiot that ran drugs for the CIA accidentally or something. Kind of like
I
that.
don't know it.
Marvelous. Where do we go from here?
So there's that, yeah.
Box of Toys. Did you shape the arrangements of the album around this stuff, or is this going on top of songs that are... How does this work?
Yeah, well, I started playing at EVA, East Village Arts, where I would just lay them all out on a table and just kind of see what happens. Joan Myles, one time, she was like, I feel like... I think she meant this in the best way. I feel like I love your sets because you don't know what's going to happen. And so I really would just be like, because I just hate practicing. I don't know. So I would just sit down and play. And then, yeah, I started kind of recording that. I would sort of loop my voice, have like a ambient vocal track, and then just sort of play these on top. Yeah, I would use keyboard.
Just ambient playtime
Yeah.
has really sent me for some reason.
Yeah, ambient playtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Loop based is...
Yeah.
I've always loved hearing loops on recordings.
Yeah.
There are a couple songs that you've done before.
This one's not as much loop because I hate recording the loop, actually. So
It's a horrible pain in the ass.
yeah, it's a little bit more like I played something on the keyboard and then there's that track, and then I would take all the different sounds and sort of like layer that on top of it. So yeah, there's less loops in the recording because, like you said, it's a pain in the ass.
Right, yeah. I mean, it lends a certain quality if that's what you want. I really loved the Everybody's Moving. The old, getting older.
I was once a little
girl, yeah.
Oh God, that one was a bitch to record. I hated recording that one. It doesn't line up perfectly. Like you have to do it all. I would play that one live and it would be kind of like, great, fine. But then when I started to record it, it was like, no, I have to go back and do each one of these loops like manually. I just could not get the gear to like cooperate.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah. I've heard it more straightforward live, but I like that version on the record because it is so, about halfway through, you're like, I have moved so many times in my life.
Yeah.
Adult life is terrible. I'm so disoriented. This is exactly how I'm supposed to be feeling.
Yes!
It really works. I was interested in what lo-fi does for a relationship. I don't know, there's so much texture play between his production, stuff that you've brought about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you recommend lo-fi for couples?
Oh, I mean, honestly, it's not on purpose. For me, it's not on purpose. It just kind of happens like, oh, well, I have this mic that I've had forever, and it's kind of like noisy. John, his is maybe a little bit more intentional. He has like a microphone that he's built out of a phone. And so that kind of gives its own like sound.
its own characteristic.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
You'll both seem like audio texture enjoyers.
I guess so. Yeah, I am still kind of figuring it. I finished grad school. I'll mention my friend Astrid. I don't know if you listen to Angsty Chicas. Mm-mm. I don't know. So that's like another band that I had, and me and Astrid, we started making like punk music, and that was honestly the first time that I had really recorded. Finishing grad school where I felt like everything needed to be like professional and prestigious and all this stuff. I met Astrid. We were working at the Children's Museum together, and she was like, we should jam. There was something about her approach to music, which is just like, don't question it, just do it. We would just record on our phone. I would be like, I don't know if it sounds like, professional or something. Like I had some sort of idea like it, and she would just be like, I think it sounds great. And so, I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need.
So I've been trying to take that approach, and I honestly owe a lot of inspiration to her because I'm just kind of like, fuck it. Put it down. Who cares? Like, who cares?
Yeah. It's good that we have streaming now because even at a distance, I can go and spend several hours listening to all of my friends' work on shuffle.
I think it's so cool just hearing you, like, mention certain songs of mine that you listen to. I'm like, I consider that such a compliment that you have listened through all of them, and you're like, I'm thrilled. I kind of like going to shows because there's an activity to do, and I like that I see the people that I love and care about, but I do have social anxiety. Sometimes when the music is playing, I'm like, oh, good. There's an activity. I can listen to the music and I don't have to worry about what I'm saying. And it's like, it's beautiful that way. And I also feel like I'm socializing. Maybe some of my friends relate to this because I'll be like, if somebody's still trying to talk with the music going, I'm like, no, this is my one chance. Like, I want to listen to the music. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I think we need a designated someone with a fly swatter. Not of the venue, but just it's a social role, Mm-hmm. The town crier doesn't get paid. That's just kind of their bag. Shut the fuck up when the musicians
I know.
play.
I finally have a chance to sit here and listen. Come on.
I need a funny hat or something to offset that aggression. It is good. We have to see through the spectacle of how we've been set up to engage with our friends, especially if our friends are doing things on media that need to be consumed in order to...
Yeah.
I mean, it is an aid, in a sense, to consume other people's media if you know them, as much as that muddies our waters with having to engage in platforms and online and all that, that stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice to feel part of the interchange of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the performers' conferences where we go and just play for each other. When there's an audience there, I was listening to an old interview with Jimmy the other day, and he was talking about how important the scene boosters are, how the career audience members are just the glue that hold that allow other people to enter empty rooms, that allow people to congregate. It feels good to pay with your attention, to pay your friends with attention.
Yeah.
And get rewarded with some social security that way.
Yeah.
The common activity of that social function.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has been very common for me to hear as I'm trying to re-enter society that everybody's been secluded and everybody's been struggling to go out.
Yeah.
We're hitting that age group where everybody is career and home and then just wanting to be asleep.
I know. And I'm sort of, I guess in ebbs and flows, I guess. Like you were mentioning the career audience, like some of those people, and Jimmy, I think, is one of those that will just show up and you just feel comforted by that presence. And it's hard out there because I'm broke and I work and I have to get up sometimes at 5 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I saw the one set. I love you, but I gotta go home. We're all doing our best out here.
We are. We all are spread out. It's not like we live within 3 blocks of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Like we should be able to. Like artists should be able to.
Yeah.
So it is for what it's worth. Yeah. And your talent is needed. Your album comes out on...
the 19th.
Amazing. Just in time for spring officially started, but spring in Alabama doesn't start until 4/20.
Yeah.
when it really knocks off. So that'll be good. What kind of hijinks do you have planned for the release?
Well, I actually decided on Bandcamp, they let you do a listening party, virtual listening party. So on that day, Sunday, I think it is, 4/19, 8 p.m., I'll probably post on the socials, but yeah, you can go on there and just hang out. There will be like a chat function, listen to it there. And then I'm going to be playing at the May Day show, Jasper's,
Oh, great.
on May 1st. I've played this new set, but I'm trying to add the It's All a Dream song now. So that'll be an addition to the new set. Oh yeah, and the zine. I made a zine. I'm just going to do like the digital, but you can get the zine because that was something I could make with like my own means and copy it at the library, and you can get a cool piece of art with it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, highly recommended. Yeah, it's always the question of do you do some kind of physical release? So where did Noble come from? That should have been my first question.
Oh.
I've always wondered and I never asked.
Okay, well, that's actually a good question. And sometimes I wish that I picked a different name because there's a lot of people named Noble. I'm like, damn it, why did I? Because like when I started to try to put it on streaming, it's like, oh, there's actually 400 other Nobles. And I'm like, oh, of course. Yeah.
But I found you okay.
I will say, if you're looking for me, type in Noble Lauren Jones because there's like 6 other.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the story. When I was in San Diego, I decided to start playing open mic nights. There was this one, supposedly like the one to go to. It was sort of competitive. They would draw names. So I'd put my name in as like Lauren Jones, and I was like sitting there kind of small talking. I sort of learned guy and his other friend had put multiple names in the hat. And so they ended up drawing the guy next to me. And so he was already in, but then eventually they pulled out the name and it was Noble. It was that guy, but he had already gotten in. So he like looked at me and he was like, hey, do you want to be Noble? And I was like, hell yeah. So that's how it happened.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I was like, I have to be this now. There's actually the original video on my YouTube channel of me playing as Noble.
Oh, great.
And the announcer was like, Noble. And I was like, am I going to get in trouble? Like, I felt like I was going to get in trouble. And I was like, oh, that's me. And then I got up there and I was like, all right, this is, yeah. So that's where it was born.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's a fine creative lesson is fuck it. Get it down, and also pick your moment and get in there when the getting's good and roll with it.
Yeah, and they didn't draw my name, so I wouldn't have gotten to play. Not that that's like my big break or anything. It was just some open mic, but it's how I got the name.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it started a whole chain of circumstances. This was the one that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was like serendipitous, so that's where it came from.
Yeah, when you get given a name, you should perk your ears up.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has no meaning in this context. It turned a weird word into something cozy.
Yeah.
I don't know, it plays the B up somewhat aesthetically. Noble. Noble.
That's cool.
It doesn't have any weird connotation with, like, land.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked out, I guess. But yeah, I'm still trying to, make my Noble come up on search results.
I will do what it is in my earthly power that I can about that.
All those other Nobles, they don't have a cool story like me, so...
No, they don't.
And
they don't have a fun album called Play Place coming out on April 19th at a location near you. Mm-hmm. Take some zines to Seasick, get them around a Renaissance, get some places. It's adorable, and I love having a reference for the songs. Mm-hmm. I love a lyric sheet because I can't hear anything. Yeah,
some of them have lyrics. Some of them are a little more abstract. I will say about the bubblegum in It's All a Dream, I came up with the tune. I guess what I do a lot is like I'll have like a melody and it has like a rhythm singing that. How do I make words? And then like bubblegum, like I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then I kept trying to change it to something else, but all I could hear was that. So I don't know if bubblegum is like, some subconscious thing, my salacious desires or something.
I like a little bubble gum on the weekend.
It really means nothing. I will say that.
I don't know. It's so, I mean, I kind of knew the context of the album going in a bit. The idea of such a simple treat. It's like we didn't used to have candy accessible like we did. It's like, oh,
I love a bubblegum.
Candy doesn't have to have a point. That's why it's candy.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It was such a nice thought. Amidst a lot of songs that are about emotional maturity as an adult, like they're not really growing up songs. They're like, oh, I've grown up and now I have to emotionally mature into the fact that I grew up.
Yep.
There's a lot of that. Relationships from that point,
Yeah.
which is always, that's my preferred kind of, if it's not 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Meatloaf style,
Yeah.
bombastic, that's where I like my vulnerability in relationship songs. It's like, we are flawed. So flawed.
Yeah.
Can't sleep through the day or the night. I relate to quite a lot. Oh, you are safe. My note says, you are safe. The White Stripes, if trans. It's like if the White Stripes were 2 ladies is what that song sounds like.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like a later White Stripes album. If
Trans.
Jack White was a lady.
I love that. That's such a compliment.
Yeah. I really appreciated the White Stripes' perspective on childhood in general. Like the childhood as a device doesn't get done a lot in rock. So yeah, it's a cool theme to visit.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like a kid all the time, and I think that's a good thing, even though I'm 33 now, and I think about, do I want to have kids? But I have I don't know, that's a whole other rabbit hole, but I still feel like a kid, but maybe that's, I think that's good. That's what I try to, because I mean, sometimes I feel like the older generations kind of forgot what it was like to be a kid. I sense that sometimes. So I feel like I just try to maintain that. That's the purest form of existence, I think, when you don't know all the shit. Anyways, I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah. Where we came up as children, how we came up in the time that we did, going forward with all the things, the idea that we have to keep the child alive in us, but also keep the context of childhood somehow, like a hearth. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting idea. I'm interested to see how that pays off for me personally, listening to your album.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this episode out before that, so it does serve some kind of promotional function.
Yeah. No
It
pressure.
won't be 3 months from now when we talk about your show coming up. But do you have anything else you want to say about your music, about your work?
Thanks for supporting me. That's it. That's all.
Can I see myself before I go outside?
The Earth Hotel is a production by Jackie Cotillard, the individual and named collaborators. All contents included are done so under fair use and with permission. The ideas and opinions expressed here not necessarily reflect those of Jackie Cotillard, the Earth Hotel, or associated parties, nor do they reflect those of guests or contributors prior or future. All music, words, and otherwise not cited as authored elsewhere are creations of Jackie Cotillard and remain the intellectual property thereof. Unauthorized use strictly prohibited. The Earth Hotel, all rights reserved, 2014, updated 2024.